And are you okay with this being recorded?
Absolutely,
Question.
that's totally fine.
All right, so let's get started. This probably shouldn't take longer than half an hour.
Okay.
All right, then. And let's begin. So for the first question, let's start off with, why did you decide to teach and why did you choose basis?
So I decided to teach because I absolutely love mentoring other students. So I spent a lot of my time in school and especially in college. I was a tutor, and I really fell in love with like tutoring and working with other like my peers and collaborating. I thought that was a really cool process, and I found basis kind of by accident. They came to my college and they were recruiting, and so I heard about them through a career fair actually, and yeah, and I decided to take up the opportunity because I knew that I had a passion for mentoring and for tutoring, and felt like teaching would be a really good fit for me, and just kind of landed here at basis, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a second. What was your experience at ASU? What were some highlights of your time being there?
My experience at ASU was really, really cool. I did 4 years of college, and I spent my first year, I lived on campus and I lived at the honors college, and it was really neat. It was a really neat experience, kind of learning to live with new people, and um, yeah, and just kind of like sharing my life almost like in a way,
Yeah.
like my life with another person, and that was kind of weird because
Yeah.
it's like, you're strangers, and it's like, oh
Mm,
my god, it's like, it was really scary,
yeah.
but that was really cool. And so kind of getting a new best friend in my first year, and starting classes, like it was definitely intimidating, but at the same time it was so neat to have so much independence.
And
And
do you have any like especially notable moments you had on there?
um hmm let's see.
I
I
mean, if you
think
can
my
think of any, we
first,
can just do it.
yeah, my first lab job was really cool.
Oh,
So I got to work as a teaching assistant for microbiology lab, and uh, so I got to do a lot of like behind the scenes prep and things like that, and that was really cool to kind of. And I got to work in the
mm,
classroom with the students too. So I was like teaching people how to use microscopes and look at bacteria, and do different stains, and that was that was really neat. And
yeah.
I loved that experience. Kind of like getting to do like some behind the scenes work and prep for the classes, and then also getting to like um, do some science, like working with the bacteria and doing isolations and things like that, was really neat. And then of course getting to work in the classroom with the students was awesome as well.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed like uh, getting to like work with them and help them become better scientists. Like that was that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like getting that job was really, really awesome. And then yeah, maybe like probably my first day of school.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a notable moment in my college history. Um, I was terrified, and I went
Yeah.
to my classes and I was like, I'm so cool. I'm in
Huh,
college, like I thought
yeah.
I was so darn cool, and it was just hilarious. And going to like my
Yeah.
chemistry class for the first time, and chemistry lab. Oh my gosh, I got to wear a lab coat and goggles. It was
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah, so
Everything, huh?
that was fun. That was fun. Like I really got to feel like a scientist and like
Mhm.
do things hands on in labs. Like that was really neat. So
Yeah. And
definitely that.
on to the next one. So how are you liking teaching so far?
Oh my goodness. I absolutely love teaching. I've been saying to like all my friends and family, I'm like, I think I found my calling. Oh
Mm,
my gosh, it is so much fun because it's
mm,
like everything all wrapped into one. I get to work with the students, so kind of do that mentorship guidance, and then I get to kind of do like tutoring, which in a way like teaching is similar to tutoring, but like tutoring I guess in like my student hours, so I still get to do a lot of that. And then teaching, I used to love helping my teachers out when I was a student, and like I had so many good teachers when I was growing up, and I feel like I have been able to learn, like take from what they've done and the things I've liked and implement them with my students. And that's been such a unique experience, and it's been so cool because I'm kind of like learning how to teach with
yeah.
them, because
Mm,
it's my first year teaching, and so I'm kind of like learning on the spot, but it's awesome. And I did a lot of like prep work and things, but like nothing prepares you for just going straight in with the kids.
yeah.
But it's been awesome, and I absolutely love working with them, and I'm so excited to be at Basis.
Mm, and so how are you liking your students? Like, how are they working with you and how are you working with them? Like, do you
Oh
think
man.
you guys like mesh together well?
Oh yeah, I think so
Mhm.
for sure. My students, like, we joke around, they send me gifts, I'll send them gifts back. Sometimes yeah, like they'll one of my students sent me like a quiz, like
Oh.
this random forms thing, and I was like, they're like, will you take it? And I was like, okay, like, oh,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But um I think it's going really good. I feel like I have a really strong rapport with the students, and we like joke back and forward. We are able to like have really awesome conversations in the classroom. So I like to run my classes, especially maybe not the math so much, but the biology, kind of like
Mhm.
almost like a Socratic seminar where they are kind of like a discussion too. They're like asking me questions, and then I'm giving them answers and kind of talking about how things work together. And it's really cool because like I feel like they kind of get to, you know, be inquisitive and they have the opportunity to like interact with their peers and with me in a way that they might not be able to in other classes. So it's less of a like lecture and more of like a discussion. And I think that they're getting a lot out of that, because they're formulating the questions, and then they subsequently get a neat answer, because I mean biology is
Mhm.
pretty darn neat.
Yeah. And let's see. What is your favorite pastime? What would you do other than to teach?
Oh, my favorite pastime?
Hmm.
I really like hiking and
Ooh.
geocaching in particular.
Yeah.
I love geocaching. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically like an
Mhm.
outdoor scavenger hunt. So people place these little caches, or like bottles, or pencil cases, or something that like a holder, and there's like a log inside, and you can log your name on it. It's really
Mhm.
cool. You have to use like your GPS to find it, and usually it's like outside somewhere, and um or they're all outside, yeah.
Mhm.
um but it's really fun. It's
Mhm.
I like to do that with my family, and I what else do I do? uh yeah, I would say that would be my
Yeah.
main thing.
Mhm. And let's see. Uh, so let's see. Do you have any pets? If so, what kind?
Yeah, so I have two dogs. Their names are Oliver and Lucy, and they're both Labrador retrievers. Ollie
Oh.
is a brown lab, and Lucy is a black lab.
Oh.
And I have a cat, and she is a black cat, and she has some like white on her forehead and her chest, and little like white mittens. And she her name is Luna.
Oh, very nice. And perfectly follows. So out of your dog, between your cats and your dog, and which one would you prefer?
I think I prefer my cat because I'm closer with her.
Uh,
And she's not as loud as the dogs. The dogs are
yeah,
very loud. And particularly these dogs, they bark so much, and it just drives me nuts.
yeah, I'd understand that.
Uh,
Because like usually people prefer dogs if they had any kind of dogs. People usually answer with the dog. Yeah. And let's see. Um, so what is your favorite song or band, or do you have any favorite musical artists, or just like anything of that sort?
oh, yeah. So I really like and I've always liked them. I love Maroon 5. That's definitely one of
Mhm.
my favorite artists. And let's see.
Do you have any particular song you love best?
Oh, hmm. Maroon 5. Oh my gosh, there are so many good ones.
Yeah, maybe like list your top three.
Okay. So I'll do She Will Be Loved as one of them. Let's go with I really like his new song that came out. It's called Nobody's Love. That one's really
Mhm.
good. And This Love by Maroon
Oh,
5. That would be my third
okay.
one. That one's a good
Used
one
to
too.
be a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yep. They have a they have a lot of love songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, you know what? And I also
Mhm.
really like the Jonas Brothers because the Jonas
Oh,
Brothers
yeah.
are amazing and they made a great comeback.
Mhm.
So I also went to their concert
Oh, that's
in
really nice.
October, which was very fun. Last October.
Last October, yeah. No concerts now.
Yes, absolutely
Yeah.
no concerts. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. What is your favorite food?
Oh man. Well, okay, I guess I have like two.
Mhm.
I'd say pizza and tacos because, well, pizza is amazing, and tacos because Mexican food is also the best.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. So if you were to choose one food out of those, which one would you eat for the rest of your life?
Ooh. Hmm. Pizza, I think.
Pizza? Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
because you just can't go wrong.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um, so going back to the pizza, what is your opinion on of pineapple on pizza?
You know, I don't hate it, but
Mhm.
I also don't love it, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like it when I first tried it, I was like, okay. Like I
Mhm.
see the appeal, but at the same like because the sweetness is kind of like, ooh, it's like zesty.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's kind of wet and sloppy. And then I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I want wet and sloppy on my pizza.
Mhm.
So that's kind
Yeah,
of
I
where I
get
sit
that.
with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe if they were like drier pineapples, like they weren't as like
Yeah, like if
saucy.
mhm.
Maybe it was
Yeah,
just that particular like the way that particular pizza place made the pizza. So I'll have to try it again and then I'll get back to
okay.
you.
Um, so let's see. Have you ever been on any vacation, and which one was your favorite and why?
Ooh, yeah. So my favorite vacation that I took was I went to New York, London, Paris, Amsterdam, and Lisbon, Portugal. And I did that all in 6 weeks because
Wow.
I did a medical fellowship.
Oh.
And so me and my mom kind of like made a big trip out of it. So we
Mhm.
went to New York for 5 days, London for 5 days, Amsterdam for 3 days, Paris for 5 days,
Mhm.
and then I was in Lisbon, Portugal for 3 weeks
Oh wow.
because I did my medical fellowship there, and I got to like go into the ER and the operating rooms and things like that, and like watch surgeries,
Oh.
and I got to like follow doctors doing their
Mhm.
rounds, and I got to um, I don't know, I got to do a lot, and it was really neat, and so I saw some live births, I saw a C-section, I saw brain surgery, I saw hernia repair. What else did I see? I saw a tumor removal.
Oh, just a lot of things, huh?
Yeah, I know, it was really cool. And I got to kind of like learn about the health care system of a different country, which I thought was really interesting as well. So that would definitely be my favorite trip.
Okay. And so let's see. Which country should you move to live in and why?
Ooh, that is a good question. Um, hmm. I think I'd move to maybe to London.
London?
Um, yeah. Well, I've been there before, at least. So not for very long, but got a sense for it. The accents are really cool.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. And then yeah, I feel like their culture is similar to the US, so I feel like the adjustment wouldn't be as difficult because I was born and raised in the United States. Actually born and raised here in Phoenix, Arizona, by the way.
Oh.
um, so I think like in terms of like adjusting, I think it wouldn't be too bad. Um, and they have like really good I feel like they have really good colleges, like science programs and universities and things. So if I did move over there and wanted a job, I feel like I'd have a
Yeah.
lot of opportunity with those universities and yeah. So I think that'd be really neat.
And let's see. On to the slightly more quirky questions here, since
Okay.
we want some diversity as well. So if you had one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, uh, that's a really good question. Hmm. Maybe like to be able to be invisible. I
Invisible?
feel like there's times where it's like sometimes you just need to like exit a room. You're just like,
Yeah.
okay, goodbye, you know? But then I feel like there's other times where I could be like stealthy and like sneak around.
Yeah.
And just kind of also like going through doors without having to open them, that'd be nice.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Yeah. So I don't know if I get
Mhm.
that ability too. I'm not sure what type of invisible I'd be, like I become nothing and no atoms type invisible, or just become like see-through and still have atoms and need to go through doors. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I guess it depends on what type of invisible we're talking about.
Yeah, which one
But
would you choose between then?
oh, I guess the more realistic one would be like neither are realistic, but
I mean,
I think the more realistic one would be I'd become completely transparent, but I'm still made up of like matter, so I wouldn't be able to just go through doors.
yeah.
So that I would err on the side of realism and say that one. And
Okay.
then so if that's the case, then I guess I don't know, just being invisible every once in a while I don't think is a bad thing, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mhm.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, here's the question. So, what was your most embarrassing moment in life? You can choose to not answer this if this makes you uncomfortable,
Oh. Hmm.
or just one of your most embarrassing. Doesn't have to be most.
Okay. Because I'm
This one's
like, I don't
just
know. I'm sure I could like ponder that question for a year and come up with like different answers.
yeah, just like
uh,
which one seems most notable at the moment.
hmm. Okay, like the first one I thought of, it's like the only one I could think of off the top of my head. And
Yeah.
it was my like first week of college. And I was like super excited for my class. I was going to statistics and I whip open the door and there was a whole other class in there and I was
Oh.
at the wrong room and I was like, oh my gosh, like how embarrassing, you know? because I
Yeah.
just like whipped open the door, expected to like go in and like find a seat, and then all these eyes turned and look at me, and I was like, oh my God. And then I just like
Yeah.
shut the door and I was like, oops, and I walked away.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And let's see here.
Oh, wait,
So,
I have
oh,
a better one.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. It's
Oh.
terrible. Okay. So I went to the Everglades
Mm-hmm.
in Florida when
Okay.
I was 8, I think, 8 years old. And we, when you go to the Everglades, like when you do like the little tour or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's a swamp, first of all, and then they have like these airboats or whatever. I'm not sure what they're called, but it's like a little boat with some seats in it, and then there's like this big fan on the back of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the fan like is what propels it and moves the boat. And so it's really really loud. And
Mm-hmm.
I hate bugs, okay?
Uh-huh.
And when I was little, if a bug landed on me, like I freaked out. So a bug landed on me because
Oh,
we're
fun.
outside in a swamp, and a bug lands on my arm, and it was a small bug, by the way. And I screamed, and the guy, the driver, thought like I was getting eaten by an alligator,
Oh, no.
and he stopped. There was a bug. Everyone on the boat started laughing at me, and I felt, oh, it was so embarrassing. It was
That does
terrible.
suck.
Okay, that would be my most, yeah.
Okay. And let's see. What was one of your best moments in life? How about like most triumphant moment?
Oh, yes, yes. I graduated a year early
Mhm.
from high school.
Oh. Mhm.
Yeah. So I took my senior year during my junior year of high school. And I had to take a total of 4 online classes.
Mhm.
And so my workload, and I had a job,
Wow.
which was even crazier. Um, so I was taking like something like 8 classes at a time, like with
Mhm.
my in-person classes, and then I had my online classes at
Mhm.
night, and then I would work at my job. I had a fast food job,
Mhm.
and yeah, and then I successfully graduated, and I
Wow.
walked at graduation and got my diploma, and I went off to college. It was
Oh, that's
fantastic.
definitely an achievement.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to the weirder ones. So let's see. So if you were given two things to take to an island, isolated island, what would it be? What would they be?
Oh, yeah. Do you want my practical answer or my like
I
guilty
mean,
pleasure answer?
both works. I mean, whichever one you want to give.
Okay.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
2 things I'd probably bring if I was gonna give a practical answer, I'd say a knife and um and a blanket maybe.
Mhm.
That's probably not the best practical answer, but that's my answer. Oh,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. I take it
Yeah.
back. I take it back the blanket. Okay, I bring
Uh,
the knife, and then I bring what is it? Like a water filter
mhm.
so that I could have like clean water.
Yeah, always a good choice.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay. So
about the.
those
Mhm.
would be my practical answer, and then my not practical answer would be oh, I think the connection got weird. Okay, you're back. Okay.
Okay.
I think my non-practical answer would be a generator and my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, not that I'd get any reception, but hypothetically, if I had reception, I would totally bring my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, next one. If you were trapped on a mountain for a couple days and you knew there was a hungry bear roaming around, what would you try to do to survive those couple of days?
Oh my goodness. Whew. I would attempt to climb a tree and like move upward in elevation, or I would hmm, maybe try to create a weapon in case in case anything happens. So at least I had something to defend myself with. And I would probably also try to like sneak around and get out of the area, probably. So that's what I would say for that.
Yeah. Okay. This one. If you were to receive $1 million for some random relative you never knew, how would you spend that money?
That's a good question. So I think I would first, I'd pay off my student loan debt.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's a thing. And then I would pay off all my mom's student loan debt and any debt that any of us had in the family. So like my immediate family. So like my mom, my sister, mainly them. So like I'd pay off their debts. I'd pay off my debts. And then what else would I do? Uh, Maybe I'd buy a new car.
Buy a new car? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'd probably like probably would donate some money to like a foundation that I support. Yeah.
Pretty good use for money. Next one. So if you were to sell a math textbook in the most ridiculous way possible, how would you do it?
If I were to sell what?
A math textbook in the most ridiculous way possible.
Oh. Oh man. Okay. How would I sell that?
Take some
In the
time to
most
think about it.
ridiculous way?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like you could, to give an idea, you could just sell it in a way where it's not even selling the point that it's a textbook. Like selling as a completely different thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like trick people into buying whatever I'm selling and then send them a math textbook.
That is a one way you could do it.
Okay. I think that's pretty funny. Like you could put on eBay like mystery box, you know, like and then put it for like $10 and plus shipping, and you put shipping as like, I don't know, $10 because textbooks are expensive to ship because they're heavy. And yeah, so then someone maybe would buy a mystery box, I don't know, and then you could ship them your math textbook.
Yeah.
What a good prank.
Yeah. And let's see. For the final two questions, for the first one, what would be one thing you want to change in the world and why?
Oh. Um oh, that's a really good question. I guess um I'm trying to think of a good answer for this one because like I have a few things running through my mind.
Or
I have
maybe
like
just list a couple, maybe?
sure. So I have like almost like under world peace, I guess I would say like acceptance. I feel like a lot of times there's issues brought up because of lack of acceptance in our world. And I think like if more people were accepting of others, like let's say religion and ethnicity and sexuality and etc., like all those things, if people were more accepting of others, I think we'd have a lot less issues. And the other one was global warming, because that's an issue that is kind of getting ignored, and it's very real. And it definitely needs to be addressed. And I think reducing like carbon emissions and becoming a more sustainable earth would be something I'd like to fix if I could.
And to top it off, what do you want people to remember you by?
I think I'd want people to remember me, or like, you mean how I want people to remember me, or like,
So just like, how do you want people to like, um, to like think of when they think of you?
oh, okay,
Essentially,
yeah. So, I think I'd love for people to think, wow, she was really nice and very helpful, you know?
yeah. Mhm,
Like I try to be nice and helpful,
mhm,
I think like as long as I can help at least one person in this lifetime, then that's all I can ask for, you know? So just helping others and putting a smile on other people's faces. I think like people remembering me as someone who was happy and someone that you know, was able to help or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, they're a really good one.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, that we are done for our questions for the day.
Awesome.
Yeah, it